Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. There's a department called DEFRA, the Department of the Environment, Farming and Rural Affairs. It's headed by Steve Reed. Now, Reed has been on the media rounds this morning, but it was on LBC, they're always desperate to get someone on, aren't they? And it was taking questions from people via the phone there, and one asked why his government had, seemingly just out of hand and not without any consultation, rejected the National Farmers Union and the Country Land Association, their clawback proposal over IHT, the inheritance tax. Now, what this meant was generational farms would have been exempted from the tax, the inheritance tax, but those who bought farms for the express purpose of avoiding tax would not have been exempted. And so if you bought it in your lifetime and passed it on, that tax would be payable. If your farm had been 2 generations before you inherited it, you'd be exempt. And that seems a fair proposal. It stops basically tax avoidance. It's not illegal avoidance. Tax evasion is illegal, but it would close a door on a form of tax avoidance, and it wouldn't have harmed anyone except those who bought the farm for that sole purpose. Generational farmers unaffected, and that would have been quite sensible, I think. But Reed prattled on about, oh, well, we got a £22 billion black hole, all bullshit. We know that doesn't exist. And he was banging on about the usual sort of list of things he's been given to say when asked questions like this. But then he did something very weird. And he went off script. And he starts saying, well, it will raise 500 million. Yes, but that's nothing in comparison with the 30 billion you've just given Chagos Islands kind of thing. But he said, they can avoid it. He's saying if they pass the assets down in advance and they get the 7-year rule and things like that. Well, yes, at the moment, but the proposal is to close the 7-year rule off and reduce it and put limits on it. And so it wouldn't actually help in the long term. But he sat there and he actually explained how to avoid the inheritance tax on farms. Now, why is one government minister giving advice on how to avoid a tax that the Chancellor of his same government has attempted to put in place to get the tax? Did he not read the memo? Are they working for different parties? Is he under particular threat? Does he feel his position isn't safe unless he's seen to be the farmer's friend? You know, it's very weird what's going on. It's a bit of a kicker, really, doesn't it? Oh, you don't have to pay, you can do this, you can do that. This, of course, coming hot on the heels of an inquest that showed that a farmer killed himself with the express purpose of avoiding this tax. And we know, therefore, now, absolutely, Rachel Reeves has got blood on her hands. Perhaps Steve Reed maybe has a little spark of humanity inside him. Nice to see if he has. But there we go. Strange, isn't it? I think it's becoming apparent that this is a party about to explode and fall apart. There's so many schisms on everything. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Goodbye.